honest with yourself, be honest with your priorities, and it's all about living your truth. And I think when you start living your truth by embracing with what is, you start kind of, aligning to your, not just to yourself, but aligning with everybody else. They all start.
Welcome to Unique Podcast. On today's episode, I am Kathy.
And I'm Ado Dubai. Hello.
And it's a pleasure to welcome Dr. Manissha. Manissha is actually leading a voice in holistic healing through air science, also where she helps women and men in their 30s and 40s to look beautiful. And she's going to share her journey with us.
Yes, first, thank you for coming today. It is amazing that you're here on our channel. Can you introduce yourself? Who are you exactly?
Okay. Well, thank you for having me today at your studio. It's an honor. I truly appreciate your time. So if I have to go back and introduce myself, I am Manissha. I used to be a dentist many years ago, and because I was on a very deep healing journey, I kind of re-navigated my path to pursuing and continuing as a dentist, to really understanding human body, because I navigated through my own health struggles, based on which, when I actually, went deeper into the understanding of our physical body, I realized that there is more than just this. It is so much that our bodies hold, whether it is emotions, whether it is memories. And based on that, I kind of even saw my own mother, my own sister going through their own health journeys, which kind of intrigued me and allowed me to and I think I'm very grateful to have that opportunity where I could use the information and knowledge that I gathered through my dental university days to then apply it in the modern day world, by kind of exposing myself to a lot of principles of biohacking and kind of integrating that with Ayurveda, because I grew up in an Indian household where a lot of symptoms were kind of cured with natural herbs, remedies, straight from the kitchen cabinet. So for me to integrate all of this together and then see a profound shift on my own health kind of allowed me to re-navigate, completely give up my dentistry career and decided to follow this path full time. So now I work with women and men across their 30s and 40s. I also work with younger people, but that's my prime niche, because that's where a lot of people experience hair thinning, hair loss.
Yeah.
That's my expertise. I would kind of segregate my expertise to a health and a hair coach, because your hair is a manifestation of what's happening in your physical body, and of course your emotional body.
Thank you so much for the introduction.
I know it was a long one.
I love
It's
it.
very important to hear.
I love it. Not everybody gives this long speech, which we really love,
Thank you.
And my question actually is, how did your passion for biohacking and cellular begin first? When did you find out that you can do this healing, I'm curious.
Well, as I said, navigating through the problems in my own family and my own personal struggles with health, hair, I kind of realized that there is more to just your physical body. Everything that happens in the real time is a manifestation and is just a symptom. It's all about healing the root cause at a foundation level. And when I started applying it, it's when you know something is one thing, but when you start applying and integrating things, you start seeing the results. So when you start seeing the results, you want to do more of it. So that's where the whole passion began, when I started seeing profound shifts in my own health. And not only did I notice it, people around me noticed it. And that kind of allowed me to dive deep into nutrition. I got certified as a world certified health coach from IIN New York, which was back in 2018. And since then, I haven't looked back. I made holistic healing, wellness my full-time career.
That's
Wow.
impressive.
And how you do it exactly? For example, I have problems. I
Yes.
write you, I want to go to your coaching. How it does work?
So right now I'm working mostly as a freelancer. I also freelance with a lot of wellness spaces when they want to establish a new setup. I'm quite active on social media, which is where people reach out. And Dubai is a very small
Hmm.
community of entrepreneurs supporting each other.
Yeah.
That's how I met Kathy. So, business networking events. And I feel when you start aligning with your core values and you start living them, things just fall into place.
Yeah. Hmm. Very good.
So, my question would be, how were people able to approach you? Mostly people in their 30s and 40s. How do you feel? Do they approach you in an awkward situation? Because the way you were talking, I feel like you're this guru. I start to feel like come in the mind, breathe.
So, you know what happens for people all across a gender, I wouldn't say just women, but even men, when they hit their 30s and 40s, they start experiencing subtle and not so subtle changes in their physical body, whether I have to categorically talk about their physical appearance, whether it is thinning of hair, hair loss, balding patterns, which are so common these days. It starts with one particular symptom, but then it has kind of a cascade effect.
Hmm.
It's not just your hair thinning, but then because of that, your emotional confidence gets deeply impacted, right? So these subtle and not so subtle changes are something that make people question and then of course seek for help. And I'm very glad that the functional medicine has kind of amassed a lot of popularity over the years, which is what I practice functional medicine combined with a lot of healing modalities to kind of bring your body into a harmony, in a state of harmony, because your hormones are the foundation of your overall health.
Hmm.
So, what are the difference? If you can explain the connection between hormones, hair growth, and overall wellness.
Very interesting question. So, your hormones are literally the chemical messengers in your body, which kind of signal vitality or not, depending on how efficiently your body is able to secrete them, right? And as we age, because of a lot of oxidative stress that we are exposed to, and I'm not even just talking about the physical stress, I'm talking about the stress from the environment, the pollution, the food, the lifestyle, constantly sitting in boxes.
Could
Like,
that
yeah,
affect your hormone?
yes,
Of
it all
course.
affects your hormones because when you start living from a perspective of aligning your circadian rhythm, which is what's happening in the environment, sleeping on time, waking up just before, just after sunrise, uh, like kind of winding down your day as soon as the sun sets, it all is allowing your body to align with what's in the nature. So when we come in harmony, you obviously signaling your body to secrete and produce those hormones in a cyclical way. We are cyclical beings as human beings. And even so is your hair, so is your skin. Your skin regenerates every 30 days. Your hair regenerates every 3 months. So there's a cycle in everything. So when we just come in harmony with our external environment, our body comes into harmony. And if we are in harmony, you will kind of live from your optimum state. But there's a slight disbalance of your hormones. It reflects in your physical body. And unfortunately, your hair is the first organ that you see the differences if you're not in harmony.
Hey,
It's
I need to
crazy.
start checking.
What do you think about my hair?
You guys are doing well. You guys are
Yeah.
doing great.
Mm.
See, hair is a reflection of not just your physical body, but it's a reflection of your emotional and your spiritual body as well. Because if you look at it from a perspective of, does your body need hair for survival? No.
No.
There are so many bald people walking around and they're living absolutely fine, right?
Yeah.
Your
Hmm.
hair is extra. It is luxury. It is it adds on to your already existing demeanor, personality. And every hair tells a story. So if you don't need hair for survival, what is your body going to do when it feels a little bit of fear and stress? All the nutrients are going to go and nourish your extremities, your digestion, your thyroid, because these are the main organs which you need to live a relatively healthier life. But if everything else is taken care of, like beautifully, then your body's like, oh, seems like, she's having a very safe life. I can actually allocate the extra nutrients back to the scalp, back to the organs which are not the most important right now, but I have extra circulating. Let me reallocate it to the scalp now. And what happens? Your hair follicles get a message and a signal. Oh, I can actually keep growing. I need not stop my hair growth cycle because seems like the person is out of state of fear, stress, anxiety. So what does this imply? That if you're in a constant state of fear, stress, anxiety, you are going to be off balance, and that first manifestation is going to be, unfortunately, on your scalp,
Wow.
Wow.
which results in hair loss, hair thinning, frizzy hair, dry hair. Because, hair is not the most important thing your body needs.
No.
Have you personally struggled with your hormones and your hair? Women we are too emotional, and sometimes we don't know what is wrong. How
Yeah.
can you tell when you're going through this hormonal change? This moment you can be upset, and this moment and the next moment you're smiling. Oh, don't talk to me. How
Yeah.
were you able to overcome this mood swings?
So, if I have to talk about my own personal struggle, it
Yeah.
started somewhere around COVID times, 2020. So, I'm talking 5 years ago when I started noticing a thinning of my hairline. Like there was a recession at my hairline, which happens to most of us as soon as we hit perimenopausal age. And perimenopausal age, by the way, is it can be as early as when you're in your 30s. Gone are the days when you're perimenopausal only in your 40s. So that was
Really?
kind of alarming for me, and because I was already on my path to understanding nutrition, I went deep into the understanding of hair as an organ, which was fascinating because hair in itself is a very integral part of your body. Hair should never be treated as a cosmetic concern. It's actually your body's way of telling you there's something deep within which needs to be addressed. So it's a symptom, it's a signal for you to go within. And that's exactly what I did. I not only started, formulating my own products because everything you put on your skin literally gets absorbed because your skin is the largest organ. So the more natural, the more herbal oils you use, because not just it's natural, but also the wisdom these botanicals carry in the product.
Wow.
All of this kind of gives your nervous system the message to really rest, relax. And only from a place of relaxation can your body feel safe. And when you feel safe, you grow things. And your hair can also grow when it feels totally safe. But the whole idea was to, come back to the center, come back to my body and give it what it needed. Was it the touch? Because when you massage your oil, you are literally giving it that feeling of, being held. And when we feel held, when we feel supported, we also feel confident to express ourselves,
Yeah.
voice our opinions. So everything is very, in a very tangible way, if I have to put. There are many intangible repercussions of just taking good care of yourself with something as simple as massaging your scalp.
And how you do it? How you take care of yourself?
So my self-loving, self-healing rituals are, of course, they're very spiritual, I would say, because it's all about going within. It's about connecting with your breath. It's about giving yourself what it needs. It's not about perfection. It's about being present
In the
and
moment?
in the moment. And the more we are present, not just with ourselves, but also with others, like if I am listening to someone, am I really listening to respond, or am I listening to really understand? When we have that sense of belonging, that sense of compassion towards each other, you start having that compassion even for yourself. They say like charity begins at home. I truly feel that, like, if I can take care of me, I'm going to take care of everyone that's around me.
Yes.
So, and it's a ripple effect, right?
It's like the same when you can love yourself, you can love other people.
Yeah.
Exactly. So, and I think with my self-loving, self-healing rituals, which I practice, and because, we live in the age of social media, just documenting that, putting that out, you'd never know how many people you inspire and, influence to do the things that will impact and help them as well.
True.
Really nice. You have a morning routine?
I do have a morning routine, which I t- obviously tell even my clients to embody, which is like starting your day with a warm water and some ghee, because fat really puts you in a state of high metabolism. Like, your body starts secreting, instead of insulin, it's getting the right amount of energy to push through the day. So, warm water on an empty stomach with some ghee, followed with some navel oil pulling. That's something that comes from Ayurvedic rituals as well. More than topical, it's very neurological and very hormonal, especially for women when they're in their
Warm
perimenopausal
water.
years. Warm water with ghee is what you start with. I also do something known as navel oil pulling after the shower, so that your navel is literally the energetic epicenter of your body. There are
Really?
about 72,000 nadis. It's like the energy centers, like literally they all come and converge at your navel. So when you're stimulating your navel with a nice warm oil, preferably a hexane free castor oil.
So not just any oil.
A castor oil is what really gets systemically absorbed very well.
Okay.
And how you do it? You put like here.
Yeah, you just put, it's just navel oil pulling. You just put a dropper, you take a dropper and you put it on your navel
And you
you
massage
massage
it.
it.
And do you have to say any affirmation word while massaging it?
It's always nice to have affirmations. I'm a big believer of affirmations, whether it is when you're massaging your scalp or when you're massaging your
What
navel.
can we say?
Or even when you're drinking this cup
My
of
belly's
water.
gonna go flat after.
You could even have that affirmation, because it does debloat you. It helps in faster metabolism. It creates a good gut brain. It has this clear gut brain axis, which kind of gets activated. Hormonal reset, less bloating, so better digestion. So there are many benefits of navel oil pulling.
I never hear about it.
Yeah.
Never.
I never hear about it.
It's an
Also.
Ayurvedic ritual. I combine
Crazy.
this with scalp oil massages because, when you kind of massage any part of your body, it kind of puts you in a state of parasympathetic,
Yeah.
which is important for you to rest, recover, and really heal yourself
And
from
relax,
within.
relax.
Yes.
There's this thing I do every morning. Every morning, the first thing I do when I wake up, I put some ice in water and I dip my face in
yeah.
water.
That's a very popular one these days.
Yes, and there's the orange skin, because we always make a detox water.
Yeah.
We make orange and lemon mixed water. The skin, I don't throw it out.
Yeah.
So I scrape the skin from the orange
Yeah.
and I put hot water in it.
Nice.
So because I found that this was actually vitamin.
Vitamin C.
So do you think this is actually a good vitamin for someone to take?
Vitamin C? Vitamin C is essential for our body to keep stimulating and secreting something known as collagen. So when you are incorporating rituals like this, it's literally signaling your body to keep those synthesis ongoing, right? It's always, see, anything we do is a message. Anything we do, we eat, we drink, is an information to your body to respond to it. And obviously, the more good things we do, our body responds in a much more better and healthy way. It allows you to be more in touch with and these are all senses, right? You're keeping all your senses activated, what you see, what you eat, what you smell. So that's why it's very important in my practice. I stay away from chemicals, no perfumes,
Better.
No perfume?
Yeah,
no
because
perfumes.
you I hear about it. When you take perfumes, it's going to your
Yeah.
hormone.
And you know what? Most of the people, what do? We spray our
Yeah.
perfumes
Oh
on
my
our
God.
neck. Thyroid is your main organ for metabolism.
Mm.
Our thyroid is where everything is getting regulated, whether it is your digestion, whether it is your hair,
Mm.
whether it is your stress levels. So, thyroid is something which needs a lot of love, and a lot of people subconsciously or unintentionally are harming it little by little every day. So yeah, I would say like the more we are chemical free, the better will be for our hormones because we
Mm.
are already exposed to so many hormone disruptors throughout the day, starting our day with brushing the teeth.
So imagine that someone doesn't use perfume. What do they use? In this weather of Dubai.
So there are, I'm sure there are formulations which use natural
Mm.
products. I make my own perfumes at home with essential oils.
Ah, okay.
I make my own deodorant now after having understood the repercussions of so many hormonal based diseases because
Oh my God.
we are in control of our own health.
Yeah. We must try your perfume and
We must
your.
try.
For sure.
Maybe we make a big
Do you smell
producer.
anything? I see I'm not wearing any perfume.
So what do you think the society is missing right now in the beauty, wellness, and worthiness?
I feel like a lot of us have attributed very surface level definitions to what beauty is. It's
Mm.
always kind of, it all goes hand in hand. People think, oh, beauty means, oh, this is a product. No, beauty is a frequency,
Mm.
right? It's what you truly believe from your core. And when you start living with that belief and start operating from your core values, it radiates, right? And talking about what was the second one? Beauty and
Beauty, wellness, and worthiness.
worthiness is something which we cannot earn. It's something we remember through all these healing practices by going deep within and
Remember
truly
something good or something that happened in your past, or what kind of thing?
remember that your body in itself is very intelligent, very whole, very wise. So why not give it the right environment, the right conditions? When a
Mm.
child is born, we want to give it the best of best.
Mindset is important for
A
this.
mindset is important, understanding that we live in a very consumerism based world. We don't need a product for everything. Sometimes just doing a basic circadian alignment by waking up early in the morning, going to bed early will allow you to reset your hormones. And coming to your other question, health is not just about control. It's when I say all this, it's not about really controlling your lifestyle, but it's about developing the connection. When we like actually close our eyes, go deep within, your body knows exactly what it needs to reset, whether it's taking those deep breaths,
Mm.
whether it is eating a nourishing meal over a McDonald's, whether it is using natural products over products which are adulterated with hormone disruptors and chemicals, which we don't need.
Mm.
But we have been so deeply conditioned to use them because we think this is the only way.
So
We
you
just
Yeah.
become more informed and we make better decisions.
so you meant that, like for example, now a lot of people are not able to sleep early, you know.
Yeah.
So you meant sleeping early and waking up early
Yeah.
is the best.
So there is a very it's scientific as well because when we sleep from a window of 10 p.m. up until 2 a.m. is when your body naturally produces growth hormone.
Mhm.
Your growth hormone is what your body needs
What time?
from 10 p.m.
I'm sleeping from 10 p.m. today, guys.
It's I mean it's even better if you could go to bed early, and it's important, it's imperative to not eat just before you go to bed because your body is still processing and digesting that food.
We have a lot of work to do.
So 2 to 3 hours ideally before your dinner time, uh, you should probably be done with your dinner because then your body feels more safe and relaxed to then go and secrete growth hormone, which you need to kind of undo whatever you've done throughout the day, whether it was stress at work, whether it was a fight you had with your spouse. Your body needs to recenter, recuperate, and regenerate. And sleep is the only medicine which we all have access to without even having to pay anything to anyone.
Yeah. It's for free,
It is
but you must
free.
take your time. Yeah.
Yeah.
Sleeping, breathing, I think these are the two most important, I think, parameters which we all have access to
Yeah.
at all times.
But we don't need it. We don't use it.
We don't
That's
use
the-
it enough because
Yeah.
we already have access to it. We think if I
Yeah.
pay for something, it's more valuable.
Yeah, but it's not.
But there's a lot of stress these days. A lot
Yeah.
of people are going through a lot of stress, anxiety, depression because of what they want to do, what they want to achieve.
Yeah.
It's overwhelming sometimes when you are doing something for yourself, when you're building something for yourself.
Yeah.
Sometimes you just don't find the right time to sleep. You cannot sleep sometimes.
Well, as I said, as you said, rightly said, everyone has stress. We cannot negate the fact that stress exists, but how we respond to it is in our control. We can react to stress, but that's just going to yield very short term results. But when we actually go within, and I know I talk a lot about going within because all the answers are within you, it's not outside. And I think platforms like this help us kind of actually rethink and assess our priorities. Like, actually, it's true, and I actually love listening to podcasts myself because I have learned so much. But again, information when you consume and not apply is just dormant. You have to start implementing little few things every single day. It's baby steps.
Yeah.
As I said, your body needs to feel at peace. Your body needs to feel safe. It cannot even create things from a place of anxiety or a place of hustle culture. Like hustle culture is, I know people kind of put it on a pedestal, but in a long run, we are literally ripping ourselves off prana. Prana is our energy force. It's the light which you can see and feel. It's not something you can wear. It's just something that you embody. And that's when I talk about auras in my healing sessions. You don't just have a physical body, you also have an auric body, which extends beyond your physical space.
Yes.
And when we start working from the inside and start aligning to our core values, it kind of magnifies, not just in your being, but also in your aura. Like you walk into a room, you feel that someone's walked into
Yeah,
a
energy.
room with that shine and the brightness in their eyes. And it's contagious. And I think when you inspire people to be that, that's when you know that you've done the right work. It's not just talking the talk, but walking the talk. This is the most, I think it's a great platform today in today's time. So yeah.
Yeah.
What advice would you give to someone who wants to embark on the same journey as you?
Wow. I would say, like, be honest with yourself, be honest with your priorities, and embrace your flaws as much as you embrace your positives. It's all about acceptance. It's all about living your truth. And I think when you start living your truth by embracing with what is, you start kind of aligning to your, not just to yourself, but aligning with everybody else. They all start resonating with you, and then everything falls in place.
Really sure people love to hear also our podcast now because you bring a lot of value and content in this podcast. Thank you so much. When somebody want to work with you, how we can find you?
Well, you can reach out to me on Instagram as always. Dr. Manissha Pandit is my Instagram profile. You can hit me up, and I am quite responsive.
Amazing.
Really good. Thank you so much for coming today.
Thank you. I know there was some,
No, it was
but
a-
I'm sure you will edit well.
Yes.
Yeah, it was a
don't
big
worry.
value for us and for the viewer. Please subscribe our channel, make a like. When you have some question, put it in the comment section. And see you in the next podcast.
Bye bye.
Bye bye.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Amazing.
Thank you
Wow,
so
you
much for
guys
coming.
were